Hello everyone, Dekzeh here. I'm back with another narration for the CALLOUS Invitational play-ins. This is for the Aqua bracket, and yeah. So on the bottom side we have Pantheist, or Teclis as I'll be calling him. On the top it's Sadlysius. They are both like established players of the modern era of Advance. They have been drafted into SPL, have put decent shows, but I don't think either has really broken into like the absolute top level of players. But like maybe this year is their year. They absolutely deserve to be in the play-ins, and let's see if either of them can make into the main event. Hoping for a good one here, so let's just hop into this. So Teclis leads with Zapdos and Sadly with Metagross. I meant to pause there. We see the sub already. So I always like to talk about turn 1 because there's a lot going on here, right? This matchup, this lead matchup is very common and it kind of favors Zapdos, but it's awkward, right? Because you risk Explosion, risk Choice Band, Rock Slide. Sub here is like a safe play, but at the same time it reveals Sub, and saving that Sub as a surprise for the late game could be really good. Let's see what the Metagross goes for here. Just a Rock Slide, so I'm expecting Zapdos to Baton Pass out here. Yeah. Into his own Metagross. That's not Choice Band from Sadlysius, that's leftovers from Teclis. Sadlysius is the faster one. And yeah, as we can see, Teclis really defensive Metagross, probably a Protect Sect. No leftovers from Sadlysius, makes me think it might be a Lumberry, maybe a Salakberry. But yeah, it's like looking like a range for a 2-hit kill from Teclis here. I wonder if Sadlysius just explodes, switches out. Could see either a Protect on Earthquake, so Sadlysius decides to not explode there. Takes another Earthquake really easy, does not kill with the Earthquake back though. Guess this is a Lucky Berry. A Protect here on Explosion, no Earthquake, so does Sadlysius explode now? Explosion would kill Teclis Metagross here. The problem is you can maybe be playing like a Gengar switch in. Gengar seems really safe here because you either Earthquake or Explode, right? But then again, it has the Salaki Berry, so it's hard to tell. On Sadlysius' place here, I definitely would Explode. But yeah, this has been playing like well by both. Can't really comment too much on anything. So it's just an Explosion and a trade. Snorlax comes in on Zapdos, that's a good matchup for Sadlysius. Goes for the Baton Pass as Snorlax does what? The curses. Okay. I mean, Snorlax can stay in and push through some damage here. As Rock Slide doesn't do too much, but it flinches. That's not a Choice Band Tyranitar, we can guarantee that from the damage. Another one, and Earthquake just kills. That is both a very offensive Snorlax and a completely uninvested Tyranitar, right? That's the only way Earthquake ever kills there. So non-choice banded Tyranitar with no bulk, that must be a Dragon Dancer. But yeah, Earthquake just killing there is kind of awkward because Teclis has already lost both his normal resist, right? I can't imagine him having many more good Snorlax Dancers in the back. And from Sadlysius' side, I would expect a Magneton here, some sort of physical offense. Definitely a Magneton because you can't really rely on non-choice band Metagross to take care of Skarmory. I mean, Curse Explosion Snorlax, which is what I'm expecting this to be, can work, but definitely expecting a Magneton and some sort of physical offense. From Teclis' side, it could be like, it's way more open, right? It could be a lot of things here. Let me see what's the follow-up. Hariyama, interesting. This definitely forces the Snorlax out. As he goes for Focus Punch on a Claydol. Again, very offensive Claydol. Definitely an Explosion offense. Still think there's a Magneton in the back though. Does Claydol just explode? Doubles to Snorlax on a Starmie. Okay, Snorlax kills something here of Explosion, right? There's a Starmie. I can imagine... The last from Teclis is probably a Snorlax or a Blissey, right? I can't imagine being anything else. I think you just sacrifice the Snorlax or Blissey here, right? To the obvious explosion from Snorlax. because I can't imagine needing that so much against what's clearly a physical offense. And then maybe rely on Starmie being amazing. But yeah, really tough position for Teclis. You just have to pick what you want to sacrifice here. There's definitely no Gengar in the back. We can tell that from how the game has been played. Yeah, you just pick what you sacrifice to this explosion. And he'll actually sacrifice Hariyama. Okay, that's okay. Hariyama is very slow. It's not likely to be useful. And Starmie is probably really good in this matchup. Starmie is the way Teclis could win, because it's just so good against physical offense spam. Surf on Tyranitar, that's a hidden power. Either Bug. Yeah, probably Bug. It's a Dragon Dance HP Bug. Surf on the Magneton, not sure I agree. Maybe he tried to get Magneton or Recover or something. But then again, no leftovers means this could be a Salak Berry. But yeah, Starmie looking really good. Claydol is in range, Tyranitar is in range, Magneton is in range. What's last for Sadlysius here? Probably a Salamence. So yeah, Starmie is just looking really good. Although it probably doesn't have any coverage, this looks like a Surf Thunder Wave Recover Starmie. And we see Ender from Magneton. Okay, so it's gonna force the Starmie out. But the last should be a Blissey or Snorlax, right? So I think Teclis is kinda safe here. And Starmie maybe cleans up, it depends on the last. I wonder if you go Claydol here to save the Magneton as fodder. But then again, if your last doesn't beat Starmie, it doesn't matter, right? Maybe you just fodder, try to set up with the Tyranitar if you are a Jolly Dragon Dancer. Because this should be a Lumberry. So maybe you fodder Magneton and try to Dragon Dance with Jolly, Dragon Dance Tyranitar if it's Jolly. Yeah, that would sweep. I mean, it comes down to Thunder Waves and stuff. Honestly, it's gonna be a close end game here. Blissey goes for Wish. That's a good play, actually. He plays around the switch. And Sadlysius is happy to sacrifice the Magneton. I guess he's trying to go for the Tyranitar setup on the Blissey here. Assuming that's Jolly Tyranitar. Because Adamant would obviously get outsped by Starmie even at +1. I wonder how could Teclis avoid that. Maybe pass a Wish to Zapdos. Kill Magneton with Zapdos. So you threaten the Tyranitar for kill. Okay, just kills with Blissey. Goes into Gyarados. That's so interesting. Is it HP Rock? Jolly Gyarados? I mean, Jolly doesn't matter here, but Jolly is usually the choice with HP Rock because of Aerodactyl. I wonder what's the Blissey set. Does it have no status moves? So we're definitely gonna see a Dragon Dance from Gyarados. And a Zapdos with Shin. Is it HP Rock? If it's HP Rock, it maybe just wins. Alongside Tyranitar, it probably wins. Double Edge, that's not enough damage. And I think Starmie just cleans up now. Really close one by the late game. Really offensive stuff from Sadlysius. Kind of a really, like... It was minor decisions that decided this game, right? I feel like Sadlysius was just way too soft to Starmie after the Snorlax exploded. So maybe he could have... Yeah, Starmie just gonna clean up here. So that's a 1-0 lead for Teclis. Maybe Sadlysius like shouldn't have exploded the Snorlax so aggressively. On the turn he doubles Snorlax into Starmie. Maybe you just go for Return or Body Slam. Deal half damage to the Hariyama, then you switch out. The next turn nothing can take a return. Something like that. But yeah, it's the problem with like physical offense like this. You're just way too soft to Starmie, to a lot of special attackers. And yeah, even a defensive Starmie, as it was the case here, just clicking Surf and ended up winning the game for Teclis. Yeah, that's a 1-0 lead. Let's hop right into game 2. So Tyranitar leads, Salamence lead. Okay, this is a turn 1 matchup that doesn't say much about either team, honestly. both leads work well with pretty much everything. Salamence lead is usually choice banded or mix. Tyranitar, literally anything. I expect both to switch out here, by the way. That's what I do in those situations. Suicune for Mance and Zapdos for Sadlysius. Better for Sadlysius there, but still like way early game. Goes Karma, anticipating a switch into Blissey. Is gonna get the spikes up here. So yeah, probably a very defensive-minded team from Sadlysius here. And I guess from both. So Claydol on Tyranitar. What set is this? It's a crunch, a double edge on Machamp. That is a lot. Does Tyranitar get leftovers? Tyranitar does not get leftovers. Wow. I mean, you have to respect, unless you're Jolly Tyranitar, that doesn't look like choice band damage to me. Even Jolly choice bands maybe would have done more. No, I guess that is choice band damage because Machamp has to be EV'd to take like a +1 Earthquake from Adamant. It's hard to tell. Machamp is a very unusual pick, like Hariyama is usually preferred. But it's cool to see another fighting type here from Teclis after the Hariyama on game 1. I mean, if you're max speed Jolly, as I expect Tyranitar to be, you just stay in, right? The question is, what does Teclis do here? Do you switch out? Your last Pokemon definitely a normal resist. Maybe a Jirachi makes sense. You can't really go into Suicune with spikes down. Can't really go into Claydol. And just sacrifice the Machamp. Wow. I think that's Jolly choice band Tyranitar. Maybe it's not choice, but that's what it feels like to me. So we do see a Jirachi last, and this is a really good position for Sadlysius. He has revealed 4 Pokemon. Teclis has revealed the entire team. He has 1 layer of spikes down, which he can probably keep, because Claydol doesn't really spin well into Skarmory here. Just gonna take Drill Packs and stuff. And this Jirachi looks like a support set, not a sweeper. Teclis' path to victory here has to be the Suicune, right? So maybe try to get the Zapdos paralyzed with Jirachi and then put pressure with Suicune. And Sadlysius is content to just stacking spikes and playing very slow and safe. Just making use of the advantage that he got early on, right? The Jirachi can be annoying, but it needs to be so lucky to beat Blissey. And yeah, Claydol cannot spin on Blissey forever. This loop favors Sadlysius so much. Yeah, even Earthquake doesn't do much. I guess he was fishing for a crit there. Like, do you fish for a crit again here, or do you just Rapid Spin? Just Rapid Spin? Okay. And Blissey soft boils. And like, Teclis can't really pressure the Blissey, which is a problem. Go Suicune, that's the way he wins here. But he can't let it take damage for nothing. Surf on Zapdos, that's a lot. So that leads me to believe this is not a defensive Zapdos. Skarmory double on the Blissey. Sadlysius is just gonna stack up spikes. That's the idea anyway. Goes Claydol, but I don't think that's good. This takes like 25 from Drill Peck or more. Skarmory just goes for the spikes there. I think this is a losing proposition for Claydol here. Yeah, Drill Peck. That's too much damage. So Skarmory will get 1 layer off here, unless he gets full paralyzed. Which it does. So he elects to just take the Fire Punch from Jirachi. Heals back the Claydol. Sadlysius doubles on the Swampert to prevent the spring. That's a good play. So yeah, obviously Sadlysius was gonna have a Bulky Water in the back. Reveals the Swampert now. I should have talked about this earlier. What could his last be? I mean, Gengar makes sense. It's like the safe pick there. Dekzeh also makes some sense. But I think it's some sort of sweeper. It's hard to tell from now. Like, a lot of things make sense there. So doubles the Zapdos on the Suicune. Sadlysius is doing a really good job of preventing that Suicune from ever being a threat. It's already like kinda low. It can't really set up well against anything. and as he reveals the Jirachi. So Sadlysius Jirachi looks like a setup sweeper for me. I don't think it's a support set. It's definitely some sort of Calm Mind, not sure if sub Calm Mind or if Calm Mind Wish. But definitely a setup sweeper, which looks actually really threatening to Teclis here. How do you avoid losing to that? The Blissey reveals Thunder Wave, so if it's not sub, that could be helpful. Go Zapdos on Jirachi, I don't like that because... Oh wait, is that Hidden Power Grass? Let me rewind a little bit. So Jirachi on Skarmory. Swampert on the Fire Punch. This makes me think Swampert has Refresh, by the way, otherwise you wouldn't ever do this kind of plays when you have a Blissey that can take that perfectly happy. But then he switches out, he actually switches into Zapdos on the HP Grass. I wasn't even expecting HP Grass. So we see the full set from Jirachi, Body Slam, Wish, Fire Punch, HP Grass. Wow. This looks kinda annoying, except Blissey still walls it. Unless Jirachi gets really lucky and Blissey gets low, then the Jirachi will be annoying. But I think for Teclis here, you wanna try to paralyze the Zapdos at all costs, and then try to force a Suicune through. That should be his winning path. But Sadlysius just has the advantage, right? He has the full health Skarmory, even though it's paralyzed. You can like force Suicune out once, can get spikes down on like Blissey, can even maybe on Rachi. The Salamence still unrevealed. I'm not sure which Salamence it is. I don't like Mix without spikes, so maybe it's a choice bender. You wouldn't really lead Dragon Dance. I don't know, this looks close, but I would give the advantage to Sadlysius here. As he tries to Thunder Wave the Jirachi. Sadlysius does see the Jirachi as a problem though. Skarmory on Claydol, that's a loop that we have seen before. Back to Jirachi. Like, what's taking the Fire Punch? Just back to Blissey? Because you can't really risk a Tyranitar getting paralyzed or burned, so... And Blissey gets burned here. So this is gonna force Blissey out eventually. He goes for the HP Grass, expecting the Swampert, I imagine. As Blissey reveals Wish. Okay, this is important. Not because he has Wish, but because Blissey having Wish kinda confirms that Sadlysius Jirachi is definitely some sort of sweeping Calm Mind set. My bet would be sub Calm Mind, but we'll see. As he just weakens the Claydol. I'm not sure I like Jirachi switching out there. I think he just tried to pressure spamming Body Slam. Claydol spins, takes a nice beam. And a freeze. I wonder if Sadlysius can capitalize on that. I guess he just goes Skarmory here. Yes. Claydol stays frozen. That could be really bad. He just tries to tall out. Skarmory gets spikes. And he talls. And he spins. It's a Drill Peck. A full para. Okay. So that ended up not being that bad at all for Teclis, right? As we see the loop one more time. Jirachi on Skarmory. This is a Blissey switching. Rachi goes for Wish. Does he try to force through Body Slam? Just heals the Claydol. Nice Ice Beam on the switch, another freeze. Wow. I mean, if that Claydol stays frozen, it's really awkward for Teclis here. Tyranitar switch. Interesting turn. What does he go for here? Double into Zapdos. Double into Jirachi. There's a lot going on here, but not much happening. Claydol talls and spins, so that's good. Sadlysius again doesn't really manage to capitalize on the lucky freeze. Yeah, the Jirachi is a little problematic here because how do you kill it safely? It's not a sweeping or anything, but it's gonna waste a lot of Blissey PP, right? That's just off the boil. I guess having Wish alleviates that a lot. And Body Slam PP is running low. Yeah. Sadlysius is probably just looking for the right time to like set up the Jirachi, preferably with the spikes down. And on Teclis side, you just really want to try to paralyze the Zapdos and force Suicune through. So I think Sadlysius should always stay in with Blissey on Jirachi, never risk anything else. As you see a Fire Punch trying to predict the Skarmory pivot maybe, or the threatening Jirachi in the back. But I don't think Sadlysius should ever switch out here. you have too much PP between Soft Boil and Wish that you shouldn't worry about the Jirachi ever winning this. Unless, you know, triple crit, triple full parry in a row, that thing can happen, it's Pokemon. But it's so unlikely you just risk that. So I like this play by Sadlysius here. Just staying in, so let's speed this up a little bit. Because it's gonna take a while. This game is gonna go for a while. Unless someone loses patience and tries to force through their Calm Mind Sweep. So Body Slam, Ice Beam goes for the freeze, can't blame for that. How much PP are we looking at? So over half Body Slam PP is gone. Blissey still a lot of Soft Boils, a lot of wishes. As he goes into Zapdos on a Body Slam, I can't say I agree with that. He doesn't get Para though, but that's risky. And tries to call the Claydol switch. Gets another Body Slam and gets parried. So the Suicune can be annoying now, right? It's probably a Rest Sleep Talk version. I mean, you have Skarmory at full health, but that's also paralyzed. Blissey can force it to rest. I don't like risking Zapdos here when Blissey is so safe. There's never a reason to switch Blissey out. See, it's almost out of Body Slams, and you still have a lot of Soft Boils, a lot of wishes. And, I mean, I think Sadlysius is still advantage here, but you just give Teclis a way to win with Suicune that you shouldn't be given. Don't agree with that at all. I think he just lost patience there. Blissey on Zapdos. Guess the full parry doesn't really matter. As we see a Salamence switch in on the Blissey. Does he just go for the Brick Break here? It's a choice band, we see no leftovers. Yes, Brick Break on Skarmory. Yeah, Teclis is putting up a fight despite everything. Sadlysius gave him a way back into the game, I think, which he shouldn't have. The Zapdos being paralyzed is actually huge. So Jirachi on Suicune, wow. So those are both win conditions here face to face. I wonder if either player tries to push through. I think if Jirachi is Thunder or Thunderbolt, you stay in here. I think as Suicune you always go Claydol or maybe Blissey. As we see a Claydol and a Calm Mind. Does Jirachi try to go for the Ice Punch here? Depends on the spreads. Okay, plays it safe, goes Skarmory. That's absolutely fair. Sadlysius shouldn't rush this. He should try to pressure with spikes, slowly whittle down the Jirachi PP. But Teclis is being aggressive with the Salamence now. I like this a lot. Do just HP flying here on the Swampert. Okay, still goes for Brick Break. I like the HP flying there. But I mean, yeah, the Salamence, if you click the right move every time, as is usually the case with Salamence, it can be really good. So Suicune here goes for the Calm Mind. Okay. Do you just go for it here or as either player? I think Teclis kinda has to go for it. I think Sadlysius also kinda has to go for it, right? Because the Zapdos is paralyzed. I'm not sure which side is favored here. I think a Thunder Jirachi wins if he hits the Thunders. I think a Thunderbolt Jirachi needs to crit. I think a Psychic Jirachi kinda loses actually. It's Thunder and he hits, wow. As it's another Calm Mind, yeah, it's not even another one. Suicune has to switch out here, right? As we see a Calm Mind from Jirachi and a Rest. I guess playing into the dodge. The Jirachi is looking really threatening right now. Blissey is here on a Thunder. Does it get parried? It doesn't. I expect a sub here 100% of the time. As it does. And Teclis goes for the Thunder Wave. Does not respect the sub. This is a matchup that Jirachi wins the majority of times. But I don't see what Teclis can do. He can like force Jirachi out with Claydol. And then for like sacrifice Claydol, go into Salamence, force Jirachi out. That's a way. Yeah, but if he gets too many Calm Minds, then he can't do it. I'm not sure Claydol even lives here. It should leave one, maybe. It's gonna be close. So Ice Punch doesn't freeze, and yeah, okay. So just sacrifice something here and force it out with Salamence, right? But then you don't have your spinner anymore. Sadlysius can get spikes up. You're forced to Earthquake there, right? You break, that's a very good play. That's a very good play. And Sadlysius stays in, I don't agree with that. You have the Swampert, you have the Zapdos. I think Zapdos there was really safe. Sacrifices the Skarmory. I guess he's just goes back into Jirachi. He tries to win now, but there's no reason to. He can play it slow and it's super safe. The Suicune is sleeping. There's no reason to rush this end game. Okay, does Fire Punch break it here? Well, if a crit, it does. I don't think it would break without a crit there. But yeah, this matchup here is actually better than Blissey against Sub-Calm Mind Jirachi. But I'm pretty sure Jirachi, the Calm Mind one, still wins. It's gonna be close. Depends on how much special defense Teclis Jirachi has. And if he gets Fire Punch crits or not. But either way, Sadlysius Jirachi is gonna end up being low and the Salamence revenges, right? Unless he can manage to win this 1v1 and finish behind the sub. It's gonna be close, it's gonna come down to crits or no crits. Thunder does a lot, that's a clean 2-hit kill, gets the para. No full para though, so you just sub again, right? There's so much variance here because Thunder can miss, there can be full paras. Sadlysius could just win, but it could be forced out by the Salamence. It's close. Another Calm Mind on a full para. Another Calm Mind. Why does he not just go for the kill? I guess he really wants to end with a sub up. Goes Blissey. I like that actually. I guess it depends on the damage here, but I don't think Blissey gets 2-hit kill. So you get like 2 Seismic Tosses off. Not if you get parried and full parried. Wow. This Jirachi is just gonna win here. You can just go for the Ice Punch there. Yeah. This Jirachi set has been claiming lives. And yeah, Teclis just sees it and forfeits. So we're going to game 3. We're going to game 3. Was there something that could have been done differently here? I think Sadlysius, like, he still won, of course. But I think he rushed when he didn't really need to. That's how I feel it, at least. He could have played slow and safe and still won. Especially after the Suicune used rest. Like, no turns of sleep. But like, getting the Zapdos paralyzed was really awkward. Anyway, let's just move on to game 3. Still Teclis on the bottom, Sadlysius on top. As we see Zapdos lead against Salamence. I mean, yeah, another 50-50 lead, right? Do you respect a choice band Salamence Rock Slide killing? Do you respect a fast HPI Zapdos? Heracross onto Salamence, I like that play a lot, because, yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying Swampert, but you expect like Snorlax or Blissey on Zapdos, right? And Heracross kind of capitalizes on that. So do you just go for the Mega Horn? Do you Rock Slide, expecting the Salamence? You Focus Punch as he Hydro Pumps. That's a bulky Heracross though. Takes it really well, gets leftovers. And a Fortress. And Mega Horn doesn't do too much. Focus Punch on the Hidden Power. The crit, that's HP Fire. Makes a lot of sense. We have been seeing a lot of Fortress. HP Fire for the Mirror kinda makes a lot of sense nowadays. And that's gonna be really good for these leftovers, Focus Punching Heracross here. As we see another Camerupt, that's the second Camerupt of CALLOUS Invitational. I like that a lot. Really offensive team from Teclis here, I like it. But it's already looking kinda grim, right? The Heracross is too low, it hasn't done anything. Everything's at full health. Swampert and Salamence are both decent against Camerupt here. Like, what do? You just Earthquake? You could have HP Ice or Grass, but obviously not both. As it's a Blissey. As a sub Camerupt. Wow. Sub Camerupt, huh? What does this mean? If I see sub Camerupt, I'm actually kinda expecting HP Ice. But that's just me. Salamence on an overheat, nice play there, that does a lot of damage. It's like a Rock Slide, I guess it has like... Okay, let's think about this set. I'm gonna guess substitute, overheat, earthquake, explosion. That makes the most sense, right? There's a lot of damage on Salamence. As we see, Zapdos on a Dragon Claw. And Zapdos gets leftovers first, it's faster, that's a Mixmans. Baton Pass on Blissey, that's a free Heracross. Maybe Heracross can still do something here. Salamence is a Rock Slide. It's just a Brick Break. Well then. Back to Zapdos on another Dragon Claw, it lives. But like, can Zapdos even kill? Is it an HP Ice? Are you just hoping that Sadlysius respects the HP Ice and switches out here? Teclis looks to have a really offensive team, really relying on momentum, really relying on getting the Baton Pass plays out, getting the Heracross plays out. He has not gotten the Heracross plays right at all. Let's see what happens here. Baton Pass as Salamence stays in, that's really awkward. And yeah, Vaporeon here. I imagine a sub-Baton Pass Vaporeon on this kind of team. Salamence just stays in, as we see a sub. Awkward turn here, because what do you do on either side? Vaporeon probably has Ice Beam. I imagine it's sub, Baton Pass, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Salamence is a Mixman, it's just that to Ice Beam. You can't really switch Blissey though, because if you do switch Blissey, you give Vaporeon a free Baton Pass, because that has 101 HP subs. And then you have to deal with a Heracross behind the sub, probably. But if you stay in, you just risk a Salamence. I think Teclis always goes for the Ice Beam here though, right? As Salamence stays in, Sadlysius not having none of this. Yeah, okay, important. That Vaporeon is dead to Spikes. That's another good reason to Ice Beam there. Goes back to Zapdos. Another Baton Pass. Wow, Vaporeon's... yeah. Teclis just relying on momentum and he's not getting it right. And he had HPIs the entire time. I think he's too far behind now. Starmanitar, I was gonna say Dragon Dance probably just wins looking at the offensive team here from Teclis. But paired with Fortress, I imagine it's a special Pursuit Starmanitar. Thunderbolt, we see Crunch. Heracross comes back, maybe gets a kill, but... yeah, Teclis looks to be in a bad place. As he tries to focus punch and gets crunched, yeah. Awkward. So this kind of offensive team, it relies so much on momentum. And if you get the 1 or 2 plays down, it just spirals out of your control. There's a Tyranitar here, definitely a Dragon Dancer. But there's a Swampert at full health in the back. Let's see, maybe it's a Dragon Dance HP Grass, that would be really good here. He just switches into Jirachi on an Earthquake. It's a HP Grass Jirachi, but... doubles to camera up on a Blissey, does not switch out. Swampert just stays in, doesn't care about HP Grass. And yeah, they just say they're good games. Sadlysius staying in on the Jirachi was kind of awkward, right? Because imagine Swampert gets HP Grassed. Dragon Dance Tyranitar could kind of win. I guess we don't know the last. It might be something to revenge kill plus on Tyranitar, a Dug Trio, a faster Explosion Gengar, Aerodactyl, something like that. But yeah, Sadlysius is gonna advance here 2-1. If I remember correctly, Teclis was favored by the votes. But yeah, really cool game. Went to game 3, really close. Game 2 especially was really good. Even though it ended up looking like kind of an easy sweep in the end. A lot of small decisions there. And yeah, Teclis brought the super offensive momentum-based team and couldn't keep the momentum, and that's what happens. When this kind of team works perfectly, it's amazing to watch. You feel like you just stomp your opponents. When it doesn't work, it's also... you just get stomped. Really high risk, high reward kind of pick there. And really well played by Sadlysius, not letting Teclis capitalize on any momentum. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this narration. I'll be back with more next week. Thanks everyone for watching.